Right, so today I'm actually in a car that's running. Who'd have thought it? What we're doing, we're going to Flying Spurs. They're breakers of Bentleys and Rolls Royce, and one of the, I think they are the biggest breaker probably in the world, definitely in Europe. Anyway, we're going there to pick up the rear seats that we're going to use as a super cool tuck and roll bench seats for the pickup truck. Okay, so we're here today at Flying Spurs. We've just picked up a couple of sets of seats for in the WTF1 taxi. 977 Silver Shadow back seats fit perfectly into a taxi. So we've got a couple of pairs of them. Looking around this place, there's some amazing stuff. You know, my eye is instantly turned to this burnt out body shell. I reckon two-door this, drop it over the taxi chassis, have the jewellery wheels out the back, big diesel engine up the front, you know. Whew. If that's the right money, that might be a project you see here. Okay, so we'll take a look around and see what else is knocking about at Flying Spurs. Again, look at this, another great body. You know, the lines, and it's just amazing. All you got to do, chassis, a little bit of fabrication, that could be on the road. Okay, look at all this stuff. I think this is a Mulsanne turbo. Is this Silver Shadow? I don't really know my Rolls Royce is all that good, but oh my god, look, it just goes on and on and on, one after another, all just sitting here. Look at this, where is this one been? Good God. Just unbelievable place. Okay then, we just couldn't wait. We got back from Flying Spurs, the Rolls Royce breakers, and we got these seats. We just couldn't wait. They're just stood on some boxes and bits of wood at the minute, but look at that. They look just so right in there. This is a real sort of period looking tuck and roll leather interior for this car. Like I say, it's just stacked up on bits and bobs at the minute. But what we've got to look at is, because we've taken so much off the back, we need to form some sort of metal framework into here to support it, because this back of the cab is only fiberglass. It's got a lot of timber bracing in it down below, but yeah, we've got to look at some way of bracing all of this, because seatbelt mounts mount high up here, and we want this all to be rock solid. But these seats, wow, look at that. You know, the fit on these things into a taxi, it's you couldn't have them made any better than this. And they fall, I'm really pleased how they fall just below the rear window as well, so they're not like too high or dissecting the rear window. This has all gone good. What a day. Okay, so what we're doing here, obviously the whole back of the taxi's gone, so this is quite sort of floppy, and just a fiberglass panel is not going to make that rigid enough. So we've welded this part of the floor to the chassis. We're going to run a piece of 50x50mm box section across here, and then we're going to brace up in these rear door shuts. Then we're also going to brace there'll be a brace that comes around here, around the back of the seats, and that should give this a lot more rigidity. Also, it'll brace this floor, because if you look, this floor ends here, and this would be the taxi floor mount on this outrider. So it will brace this part of the floor and just generally make the whole back of the car a lot more rigid. Okay then, so what we've done here, we're putting this brace across the back of the cab. This is going to carry the seats. The seats will bolt to this, and also it's going to form rigidity between these two sides. We have put these two angle pieces in, so that's quite rigid. It's welded to the chassis, and this is welded all the way up what would have been the rear door shut. Now we've got to join this in the middle, and so what I've done, I'm sleeving this. I don't think I'm just sort of butt welding this up. This is going to be sleeved. What we'll do, we'll take the back off, remove this side, sleeve in there, that up onto there, then re-weld that, and this should be really strong right across the back. So we've welded this in now. That is, we've seam welded round both of those. This has been seam welded up to there, and this tube is also sleeved, so it's got real rigidity to it. What I might do, I might bring some other pieces down just to make sure the back of the cab is super strong. But yeah, this is already, the whole thing seems a lot more rigid and a lot better. Okay then, so what we've done, because we're fitting a back seat in a front seat situation, we've had to build a frame for the seat to sit on. Done this in 50/50 box section. However, it does interfere with the handbrake, so we've made this little cutout. The handbrake comes up in there, the seat goes there. I've also stepped the handbrake, so it's got like a dog leg to it, so it don't come up quite as high. And hopefully this is going to hold the bottom of the seat pretty good. So in a minute we're going to trial fit that seat, and then we're going to trial fit the back seat. We probably need another piece across there at the join of the two seats. But this is looking pretty good, and we've welded it. It's all welded to the chassis and everything, and this is absolutely hench. This is going to do the job. Alright, and so what we've been doing, we've been making basically this taxi super safe. So we've put all this bracing in, this bracing to brace these B pillars, which will, they're going to carry the seat belts. So this is all nicely braced across, got a lot of triangulation there. We've also got these sort of angles in to brace that at the bottom, and this is all welded via this, which is welded to the chassis. We've got this piece of plywood here that fills in the bit of floor where the back of the cab comes up to. And we've done a lot of work here on the bottom seatbelt mounts. Now, what we've done here, we've welded this piece of box section between this carrier for the body. There's another bracket under there, and this piece of structural steel at the back. We've actually welded this in separate to the floor, because this floor is just, you know, it's just a normal car floor. And of course, on a taxi, you don't actually have a passenger seatbelt, so this is all super strong. And also super strong base for the front seat. The next step now, all the metal work's done, and what we're going to do, we're going to spray this all with stone chip in the Schultz gun, so that this is all nicely rust proofed and it's going to last for a long, long time. Alright, so we've got the seats in. This seat, the bottom seat just sort of slides in, but we can slide that out. There's the two seat belt mounts. And if we go around to the back here, you can see we've got the seat bolted in on its original bolts just here. We've cable tied this part of the seat to this framework. Also on the side just here, we've made a bolt to hold to the original mount of the seat, so that holds the seat there. And also in the back just here, we've bolted the seat belts to their incredibly strong anchors just here, and we've stud locked those up. Now, of course, a lot of this, once the back of the truck goes on, is going to be really difficult to access. So we've checked and double checked. This is all right. And pretty much now we're going to bond the back of the cab on, and there it will be forever. Okay then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put the back of the cab on. We've got a nice big load of sealant down the bottom there to seal the bottom of the cab, and this is it. This is the final fit, so fingers crossed it's all going to go well. Right, so here's the top part of the door. This is a taxi door. Now, as I said earlier, you know, if you don't take this swage line out of any taxi hot rod or anything, if you're trying to make it a taxi hot rod and you want people to know it was a taxi, that's okay. You don't lose this swage line, then, you know, everyone's always going to know it's a taxi. So we have made, from the plaster form, we've made these top skins for the doors, and what they do is they fit over the door like that and form this top to the door that's a lot more like the Ford F1. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to fix this on with some Tech screws, and then we'll see if the door will open. I've been very worried that because we've bought this out so much that the hinge won't have enough swing in it and these two bits will catch and jam the door. But hopefully it's all going to go well. So I'll screw this on and then let's see if it works. I'm using this PU adhesive, you know, it's like sticker flex, something like that. And we're putting plenty of this on. This will also be fiberglassed on as well, so a real sort of belt and braces approach. There we go, we line our lines up there. There we go, that's pretty much it. What I'll do, I'll put a few more screws in here just to hold it on, get the glue really splurging out sort of thing, and make sure it's, you know, between both the panels. And that's it, top of the door is on, some glass down there, bit of filler, and then we'll sort the rest of the door out, and that is it. Okay, so with fiberglass across the top of the roof, and that's joined the steel roof to this fiberglass panel. This goes all the way across. There's a piece underneath this that creates an overlap, so this is bonded and then glassed over, so this should be super strong. We've also bonded the fiberglass panel to the structure of the taxi, which I think would have been the door frame between the front and the back door just there, and we've fiberglassed it here. All needs trimming off still, super sharp. Okay, so now all the panels are in place. My main concerns of what I'm going to be doing is, you know, blending between the steel roof and this fiberglass panel, making this so it's a nice seamless transition. Also getting sort of panel gaps on this. You know, this is quite a big panel gap for me. I normally get things, I'll do things a lot tighter, but it is a truck. I'm trying to make it look like it was actually an F100 or an old truck, so I've gone with the slightly larger panel gaps because that's what they had. So I'll be concentrating on getting all these bits right, and you know, just sanding and long blocking the whole car until it all looks like one, and then we'll hit it with some high build primer, flat that down, and then we'll be about ready for paint. Okay, so now we've got the cab together, next time we're going to be looking at the rear fenders and the rear bed. So join us next time on Custom Works, and in the meantime don't forget to click the subscribe, click the bell icon for regular updates, and also comment in the comments below, and follow me at Automatron4 on Instagram.